Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Calling It in the Ring podcast. I am your host, Craig, here with my co-host, Tom. Tom, what's going on, man? How you doing this week?
Oh, not too bad. Hanging in there. How about yourself?
Good, man. Excited to watch this follow-up from our show last week. Of course, we covered the December 4th, 2014 NXT, the sort of the go-home show, if you will, for one of the first takeovers, Revolution, with a little hyphen in there with the R Evolution, Revolution. And we put up on our poll again this week because we didn't realize, it wasn't the typical Saturday stuff. This was actually put out the next week on a Wednesday, December 11th, 2014. So we put that on our poll, and turns out it wins again. So we get to cover one of the earlier and one of the best takeovers in a lot of people's opinion here with Takeover Revolution. How'd you feel about last week's show, Tom? And what are you looking forward to seeing today in this early takeover?
I enjoyed it. I thought last week's show was flowed really quickly, and it was interesting to see a lot of the main roster people what they looked like, their presentation in the early days of NXT 5 years ago. And yeah, looking forward to some title matches and see where this goes. So it should be a fun show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see plenty of that today. And like I said, guys, if you're still searching for it on the network, just go over to NXT Takeover Revolution, December 11th, 2014, 5 years ago. But as we watch this thing, as we said last week, it seems like a whole another lifetime ago. It seems like these guys and girls are in totally different career modes now, which a lot of them are. But um, Tom, if you're ready, I think I'm ready to go. I'm all zeroed out on the network, and if you're ready, I'll give us a countdown. We get this thing
Let's
started, man.
let's go.
Right, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And then when I say play, of course, everybody hit play along with me and Tom. And make sure your commentary is muted as me and Tom give you some insight and some personal opinions about the stuff going on the screen. So if everyone's ready, everyone's zeroed out. And 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go with a new but old open, of course. This has recently been changed, but still very familiar with the current fans. I just see WrestleMania 30 pop up there. The whole then now forever slogan, kind of newer at this time, I think, in 2014.
Yes, it was.
And the big hype video for Kevin Owens, Fight, old school NXT fight shirt. Love those old NXT shirts. We actually seen that at the Takeover War Games a few weeks ago. Kevin Owens rocking the old NXT shirt.
Sure was. Yeah, big fan of Kevin Owens. Way back to his Kevin Steen days and Ring of Honor, and now I see some old shots of Finn Balor and Charlotte and Banks and Sami Zayn and Neville, Hideo Itami,
Yeah, pretty
Baron
much the
Corbin.
whole main roster, or guys have moved on to other companies, obviously. But this is truly like the slogan, "The future is now," or whatever they were saying back then. I guess they're still kind of saying it now, but it kind of really started right here with Triple H pushing NXT as, the future. Well, the future is now, and man, he wasn't lying with those all those guys we've seen there, guys and girls we've seen there in the opening video.
No, he sure wasn't. He certainly delivered on his prediction and his promise. Still doing the shows at Full Sail there, and
Yeah, how about that? A takeover just sitting there in still the NXT arena, the
yeah.
Full Sail University.
Yeah, we talked last week how they're signed in through like the end of March, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick around there to keep costs down or they put it on the road. And here comes Fight Owens Fight right off the bat here.
Yeah, I think this might have been the shirt he was wearing at Takeover. Or was it the other one?
That was the other one.
Yeah.
I know
And
you're a big Kevin Owens fan. You own one of those shirts?
oh yeah, I was just about to say I got I think him and AJ Styles are tied right now. I think I have 3 of each, but I don't think I have any of the NXT ones. I think the first one I actually have is I have a Fight Owens Fight one, but I don't know if that classifies as NXT or like when he first comes up. And I have the Kevin Owens show and one more. I know I have 3 of them. But yeah, I have 3 of his and 3 AJ Styles, and somehow I have 2 New Days, which I don't know how that happened, but I have the classic Christmas Boodio shirt.
Okay.
Look at this announce team here.
Oh my God. Rich Brennan, Alex Riley, and Corey Graves. Rich Brennan's not with the company anymore, obviously, and Alex Riley was in the hospital recently. Last time I saw him, he was sitting in the hospital for something. Of course, Corey Graves, very well known what he's doing.
This guy looks really familiar. Who is this?
DJ Parker.
I don't know why, but he kind of looks like Juice Robinson from afar.
Yeah, he almost looks like Bo Dallas, too, just without the dreads.
Yeah, I don't know what there is no Planet B, My Fight Matters sign. Not really sure what this gimmick is. I don't really remember this that much.
I don't either.
Man, I really think that's Juice Robinson.
Sure does look like him. Like I said, I wasn't a subscriber to the network the first year because I was still upset about the CM Punk stuff. I boycotted him for a while.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I had it at this time. It was around this time, but I wasn't an NXT fan. I was still in the active duty military, so I had little time to watch. The fan goes crazy for the patented KO Cannonball there in the corner. But I didn't have I didn't have time. I barely had time to keep up with Raw and SmackDown and stuff, and not never mind NXT, which I wish I would have. I think the first time I really noticed Kevin Owens was when he did the whole John Cena angle. Oh!
Nice. That is Juice Robinson, by the way. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I knew it had to be him or his little brother. So ain't that a bitch? So one of the guys that not even a feature guy, pretty much, jobbing out here to Kevin Owens and his debut match or whatever. Freaking Juice Robinson, man. It's like NXT was just like juggling. I mean, I guess they still kind of are, which I think they're handling it a lot better now because they have more titles and 2 hours on USA and all that stuff. But at this time, they were just still pouring talent, which they didn't even know. I mean, what they had here, and CJ Parker.
Right.
Good job.
Became a huge star in Japan, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I recently one of the first matches I actually signed up for the New Japan's service that they have, which is also like $9.
Right.
To watch Juice Robinson and Jon Moxley a few months ago.
Yeah.
That was like Moxley's debut or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah, I got it for Wrestle Kingdom, not last year, but the year before. And I don't know if you saw or not, they're doing Wrestle Kingdom 2 days now. So I wonder if WWE will consider doing WrestleMania 2 days. It'd be interesting.
Well, I'll tell you, I went to WrestleMania Orlando live, and it felt like I was there for about 2 weeks. That show was so freaking long, dude. I'm never doing that again. They're coming back down here with Tampa, and I already told my buddy, I said, man, I'll go to a show with you, but it's going to be either TakeOver or the Raw, after Mania, because I never really experienced either one.
Right.
So I said, man, I am not freaking going to WrestleMania again. I'm going to sit my ass on the couch and watch it and follow it on Twitter and, talk with people on Twitter and stuff because, I mean, God, dog, especially out here in Florida where, yeah, it's April, it's early April, it's springtime, but, here in Florida, it's 85 degrees already.
Right.
So you're sitting out there sweating and heating up as Kevin Owens flips CJ Parker inside out with that clothesline. He's about to finish
busted open, too.
Yeah, blood all over his face. I think he wiped it from his nose or maybe above his eyebrow. Can't really get a close up on what's going on there. Maybe from his mouth. I don't know. I can't really tell.
Can't tell, yeah.
I think wherever it was from, I think he like wiped it on his face. So, and there's I missed that.
Pop up power bomb.
Favorite finisher, man. He doesn't do it. Well, he does do it sometimes, but
yeah, mostly he's doing the stunner
anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate that shit. I think
that might have been his first match in NXT right here, because remember they're running those vignettes for him last week, so or the week before this show, so maybe this could have been his very first match.
That's what I was saying. So Kevin Owens, this big debut, all these vignettes, everybody knows who he is. He's been wrestling at this point for probably 12 to 15 years already before even hitting NXT. And so you know what this is going to be. And like I said, the guy that's doing it for him is freaking Juice Robinson, man. It's crazy.
Right. Hard to believe, yeah.
Here's that big cannonball right in the start of the match.
Nice.
There's a guy with a white NWO shirt in the front. Don't see many of them.
No, you sure don't. I was surprised they put Sean Waltman in with the other three guys. I thought it would just be Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall, but they're throwing Waltman in there too. So he'd be a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah, well, politics in the wrestling business, I guess.
That's right.
It's funny that the guy going in this year is probably going to be a 2-timer too. Whenever they decide to put Evolution in, I would assume, right? Ric Flair would be a 3-time.
Right.
They got to put Evolution in with the world title reigns and the tag title reigns. Ric Flair and Batista had as a tag team, and I think they definitely deserve to be in, whether it was a quote unquote short run or not. I think still for whatever it was, the 3 or 4 years they were together, definitely had.
Oh yeah, I could see him going in as well. Yeah.
Here we go. Second shot of the announced team already, and
this would have been before or after. I'm sorry, we went after Alex Riley did his run with the Miz in the main roster. So yeah, and Corey Graves just this was probably right after he got hurt.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing him on the NXT episode we covered, which was in here was just last week, December 4th of 2014. I don't remember seeing him on that commentary team. It was a bunch of crazy names. I don't even remember who was on that announced team when they showed it.
Rich Brennan was one of them. I can't remember who the other one was. It wasn't either one of these two guys. There's the Neville warming up backstage, getting ready for his NXT title match.
Yeah, it's like the old school performance center, man. They just had some weights and some benches, and right there in Orlando. And there's a WWE.com exclusive with Neville saying, whether I win or lose tonight, I don't want to be with WWE. I hate WWE because they're going to job me out to fucking Enzo Amore after billing me as the king of the cruiserweights, and then I lose my cruiserweight title to Enzo, that little fucking goof. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to do these pull-ups here and go to AEW. Thank you very much. And there you go, Adrian Neville still doing the pull-ups there. I never understood doing all this stuff. I get stretching and stuff, but why would you start working out before a match? Doesn't that get you tired? I would think.
I would think. They could have been pre-taped too, you don't know.
I get the whole stretching and stuff he was doing. Like, obviously, RVD was one of the big guys doing all that stuff in the back, and I'm getting that. But then you see people, fucking bench pressing and doing push-ups and shit. Like, dude, chill out. What are you doing? Jump roping.
Yeah.
Here we go. NXT tag team title match. So Lucha Dragons here, I believe they're billed as, is the Sin Cara, who was just recently released for the 8th time in his WWE career. And Kalisto, I believe it is.
Yes, Kalisto and Sin Cara. And this was the original Sin Cara, I believe, or was that Hunico? I can't recall.
Oh, God. I think
I think it was Hunico by now. I think that the original Sin Cara Mystico had already left the company and gone back to Mexico by this point.
There's Adam Rose and Sami Zayn taking the L there to the Lucha Dragons. So big push for these guys, of course, going up against the Vaudevillains NXT Tag Title match. And do you think there's going to be what would be on third Sin Cara now or fourth Sin Cara now? Will it be a new
No,
one, or is that just going to be it?
no, I don't think so. I think it's kind of run its course. I think they're hoping that Humberto Carrillo would be the next one, but I think Vinnie Mac has lost faith in him, and I heard that he's not a fan of his. So I don't know. I don't like to be another Sin Cara. I think it's just run its course.
Yeah, I think the fact that they kind of did the whole I just see an iTunes ad there for the damn WWE songs still. It's kind of weird because realistically, who buys fucking songs on iTunes anymore? Between Spotify and Pandora.
Right.
It's just weird to see how much different the music changed in 5 years. I know I get all my WWE stuff on Spotify, which sucks because I went to go get the NWO theme and it's not on there.
Huh.
They have they only have the Wolfpack theme, which I'm not arguing. Wolfpack theme rocks, but
JoJo in there doing the announcing.
Yeah, she looks young as shit there. Well, I guess she's probably still young as shit now.
Probably 19 or 20 years old at that point, or 21 even, at the most. Nice entrance. We commented on this last week. We both, I think, were a big fan of this entrance. The Vaudevillains.
Yeah, speaking of WWE music, this is actually also saved on my Spotify playlist, this entrance theme here, which just such good characters, man. I don't know. I always liked both of them together more than separately. But even when they kind of separated, I kind of, we brought up the Rusev Day stuff and even the commentating now Aiden English has been doing recently. I think he's just a good freaking talent just to have around the wrestling business, whether it's in the ring or at the announce table.
Right, I agree.
Simon Gotch, obviously no slouch either. What's Simon Gotch up to these days? Do you know?
I think he's just wrestling the indies, I believe. I don't believe wrestling is Simon Gotch, though. Wrestling under a different name. But I saw him pop up on some indie posters here and there, just online and such.
It'd be cool to see him and Aiden English pop up in AEW as a tag team, but I'm sure they can't use this gimmick, so it probably would be pointless anyway. I'm sure somehow, some way, this is owned and operated by WWE, even though we'll never fucking see it again. God forbid somebody else just goes and uses it.
Right.
Which, there's those old NXT tag titles. Trying to think. I think like the newer ones, I don't know. I'd like those, I think. It's close between those and the new ones. But it's definitely one of the better titles. I'm a titles mark. I look at all the titles and review all the titles, and I really wish I could buy one of these titles. And speaking of titles, did you see that Alberto Del Rio lost his title to fucking Tito Ortiz over the weekend? Like
I did not.
Yeah, man. Like his replica, WWE title, the old spinner belt.
Okay.
I guess he just kept it. I don't know how this stuff works when guys like win belts. I guess they just keep them. Like I know The Rock has a big like title case in his estate.
Yeah. The Miz does too. If you ever watch Miz and Mrs., he has it too. Yeah. The old days, it was like you had to pay $25,000 security deposit on those belts in case they were lost or stolen or whatever. But maybe you can just buy them now and then keep them. I'm not sure. Or maybe they give you one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But somehow Alberto Del Rio still has the one. He had from that title run with the spinner belt, and he decided to put it on the line against Tito Ortiz and got beat. Got choked down like the first round and just So now
okay.
Tito Ortiz now has a authentic replica WWE fucking spinner belt for no goddamn reason.
Was that like an MMA fight?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was nasty bump there. Aiden English gets knocked off the apron, and then but I think it was his title versus Tito Ortiz was going to put up $50,000 to some kind of charity Alberto runs.
Oh, okay.
If Alberto would have won, but I don't know, $50,000 for I don't know. I guess that's maybe even, but shit. If I'm sure the value kind of went up in that now that you see that Tito Ortiz beat Alberto Del Rio for it.
Right, right.
I'm sure it has to be worth more than $50,000 eventually, if not right now.
Yeah, that's Hunico in there, the Sin Cara that was just released. That's not the Mystico, so yeah. Nice double team there by the Bud.
Good run. I mean, 5 years later, just yesterday yesterday he was released, so almost 5 years to the date.
Right.
Still with the company.
Well, backslide there. Kicked out some mat wrestling there by Simon Gotch. Makes a tag.
Say English goes into the bottom rope. What the fuck was that? He went out of his way to do it. Is that supposed to be part of the gimmick? Or?
Strange, yeah. I don't know.
Maybe just nerves. Who knows how long these guys have even been in NXT. Now they're in a tag title match on the takeover, and sure it's Full Sail, but the crowd's fucking live and everybody's watching. The Sin Cara gets tossed out over the apron and then baseball style right to his jaw. Oh, now Aiden, come on, drags down Kalisto. Spine first onto the apron. Now here we go, a little heel tag team wrestling. If Simon Gotch wants to take part, I guess not. He's just gonna stand there and watch. Now he tags in. What do you think? What the hell is that thing called? Jerry the King Lawler wore that too, with the one strap over the shoulder.
Oh yeah. It's okay. I mean, it definitely fits the gimmick because that's what they wore back in the old days for wrestling.
No knee pads, no elbow pads, just tight ass fucking tights and the one strap and the boots and little wrist tape. Nothing fancy, nothing no sleeves or nothing like that. You look at Sin Cara's outfit, it's like the complete opposite with the mask and the sleeves and long pants.
They're under the second rope entrance there. Yeah.
There's a little rock kick there, electrifying kick. A swift knee to the side of the head. Yeah, Kalisto's fixing to get a hot ass tag here in a minute because Sin Cara's getting the brakes beat off of him.
It worked over pretty good.
Yeah, I do think it depends on the pricing, but I know the takeover tickets are coming out. I think Triple H just tweeted out like Friday or next Friday. They're coming out sometime.
Okay.
But if not, I think I'll go to the Raw, man. Because the Raw, I don't know. I feel like I could go to a takeover a lot more times than I could go to a Raw after WrestleMania, since WrestleMania has to be here for, to have the Raw after WrestleMania.
Right.
I could still go to a takeover if they have a, Royal Rumble or Survivor Series here. And did you notice they're having a takeover like in the middle of February, like on a Sunday? Did you see that, ad?
Yeah, that's usually the around the time they do like the Elimination Chamber or something pay-per-view.
Yeah, Fastlane or Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
whatever.
so it's on a Sunday evening, which I thought was unusual too, instead of a Saturday night. So
yeah, I'd have to look at WWE's schedule, but I don't know. Maybe they're just not going to do one before the Royal Rumble. Maybe they're really trying to separate and, say this is the brand or whatever. But it doesn't make sense since they're doing one before WrestleMania. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they're doing some kind of other like Evolve show or something with a combination of companies the night before the Rumble instead of doing a takeover. I believe that's the plan this year. Nice move by
Okay.
Kalisto. Got him.
Oh, and Kalisto gets to win with the roll up. Okay. I thought, don't fucking. I know it's 5 years later, but don't, I don't watch the shows beforehand. I kind of want to react with you live, and I don't really try to look at the results, which I think I got spoiled on the main event, which I got kind of pissed off at. But
Yeah, I didn't look at the results, nor did I see this show live. So
going into this
seeing it
match,
for the
yeah,
first time.
going into this match, I thought, the way we saw it last week. Damn, how does he do that without landing on his freaking head? I don't know.
Beautiful, yeah.
But the way we saw it last week and going into this week, I thought for sure Vaudevillains would get the win here. I gotta look it up, man. Did they even ever win the tag? I'm sure they had a tag
They
title.
did, yeah. They won
Yeah,
the
they
tag
had to.
titles. They won the tag titles on the same show as that Banks Bailey match at SummerSlam 2015. They beat Blake and Murphy. So
Number
I'm
one
I
trend worldwide, NXT Takeover Revolution. That's a long ass hashtag for a Wednesday night, but
so I assume Blake and Murphy beat the Lucha Dragons at some point, and then the Vaudevillains won it from them.
yeah, Blake and Murphy we talked about last week too. I don't think, unless she just wasn't on the show, but I don't think Alexa Bliss was really incorporated into
No,
there.
I don't believe so either.
Wow,
It
look at
was
that shit.
Becky.
Becky
Oh,
Lynch getting
man.
Sasha ready, getting her hair straight. Maybe
Yeah.
you should put some in the front to cover that up, and then puts the jacket on, straps the belt around lock the jacket in. Man, what about that? 5
That's
years
old
later.
school there. They both look a lot different today versus them.
Yeah, Sasha definitely looks better. I don't know why she looks freaking rough back here, in my opinion. Damn, there's CJ Parker. So maybe he was on a little video. Okay. Got a little glimpse of him. NXT every Thursday, 9/8 Central.
Okay, maybe they moved to Thursdays after this or something. I don't know.
And here we
Hey,
go, the
Dylan.
Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, which I don't even think he's doing the Perfect 10 gimmick here. I think he's just Ty Dillinger. Shit. Orange and blue trunks and knee pads gimmick there.
Yeah, I like Ty Dillinger. I don't think he got a fair shake on the main roster. I think they could have done more with him on the when he was in the main roster. Certainly don't blame him for leaving.
Yeah, it's bullshit too, because now he's not even getting the love in AEW. I've seen a lot of people complaining about him and, with what he's doing as Sean Spears as the chairman in AEW. I don't know. I dig it, man. I haven't seen him on TV the past few weeks.
Yeah, he hasn't been on. I know they had Tully Blanchard paired with him to try to get him over a little more, and
Well,
honestly,
dude, he
it
had
hasn't
that
worked out.
big angle with, he had that big angle with Cody, and like you said,
Right,
Tully Black running around with him. I mean,
right.
and then he's just gone. I don't know. Strange. I know he went off. The last time I actually seen him was before he had just got married to Peyton Royce in
Peyton
like
Royce, yeah,
WWE. And
yeah.
then ever since then, I just, I assumed he was, honeymooning or vacation or whatever for the wedding. And I don't know. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll make a run in because AEW builds so slow. They're only doing 4 pay-per-views a year, old school.
right.
One show a week, not like WWE where you have 3 shows a week. And
Yeah, there's no plan to do any house shows according to what Cody said over the weekend, I guess. So I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I guess it's good. It saves them money, but I don't
I
know.
think that's better. I think it's just in this economy, I don't think house shows are worth it. I mean, I don't.
WWE's paired their house show way back compared to what they used to do. They
Right.
used
It's just
to do
not.
the yeah. way back.
Half the stuff, if anything crazy happens, you see half of it on, Twitter or Instagram anyways, as soon as it happens.
Right.
As Baron Corbin with an ugly ass boot there. What the fuck was that? And then
is a much better look for Corbin at this point. Yeah. I mean, end of days already. Not even a minute into the match.
Yeah, it was going to be a squash because Baron Corbin, as you see there, it's more about Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey, who's standing up in the crowd, pandering for the camera. And who the fuck is that bald guy behind him? He looks really can't see his face.
Don't know. Yeah.
He looks familiar. He looks like a damn agent or something. Maybe I've seen before, but here we go. We've seen this last week, and we're seeing it again here as we get a Baron Corbin and a Bull Dempsey stare down. If you had to pick at this time between Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey, who would you have picked to win the King of the Ring tournament?
Between those two?
Yes. If I told you in 2014 Baron Corbin or Bull Dempsey was going to win the King of the Ring, would you? Well, first of all, would you believe me that one of them was going to win the King of the Ring? And second of all,
yeah, I mean Corbin got a pretty good rub here. He was always upper mid card guy, Yeah.
That's my favorite. No, my favorite move is Deep Six, I think. I know I said the pop-up powerbomb was one of my favorites, which Kevin Owens doesn't use anymore, but I really like the Deep Six. It's like you could do it on anybody. You can't really do that end of days on anybody because it kind of... Yeah, that guy's wearing a suit at fucking TakeOver. He's got to be an agent.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Doesn't look familiar, though. I'm not sure who that is.
And yeah, Sami Zayn here contemplating about where his El Generico mask is. Yeah. And he's telling the reporter that he misses doing El Generico. And speaking of Enzo, we've seen Enzo.
Bill and Cass. Yeah, both of them. Yeah. Most over gimmick on the main roster in 2016 was Enzo and Cass.
And Sami Zayn looking at Kevin Owens like, why the fuck are you in the shot since you already wrestled tonight? Is this pre-taped or is this live? I don't fucking know. Let me walk away so we get Kevin Owens out of the shot.
That's it. Tino Sabatelli sitting there. Sure looks like him. That shot as well.
Here we go. The Ascension, who once again just got released. Wow, this is weird. So we had Sin Cara, and now the Ascension, 3 guys who just were released, a day, 2 days ago, whatever it was, going against Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. And here's the fucking Hulkster. Is he endorsing Hideo Itami here?
Looks like it.
Oh, shit, he is. There's a handshake. Him and Jimmy Hart. Wow. Nice hair. How much money did Hulk have to get paid to endorse fucking Hideo Itami? You think he knows who Hideo Itami is? Like, right now.
I doubt it.
Right now, if you could just
probably still doesn't.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, if you could just text Hulk Hogan and ask him, hey, remember that Hideo Itami guy you endorsed at a fucking WWE live event with Jimmy Hart?
Sure to be like, who? Yeah, we talked about the Ascension, how we both feel just totally misused on the main roster.
Ascension getting worked over by Hideo Itami here by themselves. No pain or nothing here, just plain old Victor and Connor. No gimmicks, no the face paint and the shoulder pads or whatever the hell they walked into on the main roster. Hideo Itami's still getting worked. Oh, classic high-low there. Love that shit too. Classic tag team move. I wonder if they'll stay a tag team now that they've been released, or if they're gonna kind of split their own ways. I mean, they stuck together this long, I would imagine, right? They got to be some sort of friendship, or.
Yeah, I would think. See what happens. Finn Balor, I'm sure Balor and Tommy knew each other from working in Japan together for all those years.
Oh yeah. And it would be cool is if they debuted somewhere and then they like immediately had a turn. But I couldn't tell you who was the better one. I couldn't tell you who's the Booker T out of Harlem Heat or who's the, Shawn
Right.
Michaels to the Marty Jannetty or,
Right. Me either.
I don't know because we never seen it. We've always seen them as the Ascension, as there's
Right.
the high low again. Shit, Dale Tommy's getting killed by those high lows. But
Yeah, we won't know for at least 90 days. He's got that 90-day no compete clause. I guess they can do like signings and indie stuff as far as appearances, but no wrestling for 90 days.
yeah, I don't know. There's so much stuff out there. They'll land on their feet somewhere, even if they go over. I don't know how they could go with Japan or obviously AEW or there's so
Ring
much.
of Honor, yeah. Yeah, you can end up anywhere.
And here we go. Just like I said, the classic. No paint, no gimmicks, just a little T-shirt draped over two jacked up freaking white dudes with goatees and beards and ponytails and
Strobe,
ass
strobe
kickers.
light. Yeah. I like their entrance music too. I just thought it was fit their gimmick.
Cool camera shot there, kind of leading you into the pose. Yeah, this is interesting. If an actual tag team versus two major single stars, um, still trying to find their way. Hideo Itami, not so much. Injuries obviously plagued him a lot in WWE, but of course Finn Balor goes on to be the first Universal Champion, even if it was for a day. Several other, you know, um, he wasn't the first NXT champion, but he did have really, really good, long run when it comes to, NXT title reigns. Was he? He wasn't a two-time champ, was he? He'd only won it once, right?
He beat Kevin Owens in that Japan show, if you remember that or
Right.
not, in 2015. And then, boy, I want to say Joe beat him, and then he beat Joe back. I know Joe won the title one time on a house show. I remember that.
Yeah, it
Uh,
might have been because I know there's only like two or three of them. And here we go. I think we're gonna get the first look at the demon entrance here with the red lights and the arena going dark. I remember the last week it had heavy, heavy smoke. And last week they had Finn Balor come out and say, I've got something to show you guys or something you guys never seen before. Something to that effect he had said on the last episode of NXT, which of course we covered last week. So here we go, man. The first ever
Demon appearance.
appearance of Finn Balor, the Demon's character or alter ego, however you want to classify it. And I love what Bray Wyatt's doing, and I love something about Stone Cold's entrance and The Rock's entrance, and Triple H's entrance is very fucking underrated, I think, especially in the early to mid 2000s. But I don't know, man. Finn Balor gives him a run for the money with his damn entrance, with the music and just the time he takes. Like he's still on top of the stage right here, and his music's probably been playing for 45 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, very deliberate and methodical type of entrance.
Perfect timing on the light. Always perfect timing on the light. He always gets down there. So now he kind of speeds it up to make sure he gets down there, gets the camera shot, and he's going to get on top of that turnbuckle and do the classic pose. But still has time to sit in the corner here and let the fans take it in. And there we go again, slowly taking up the steps. It's just like, I don't know. Nakamura is another one too. I forgot, of course, Shinsuke's. I always love Shinsuke's entrances. I don't know, man. Finn's always up. Finn just like took over, I think, the entrance for me. But I guess it depends on what you like too.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones in my opinion, for sure.
And, I have the closed. One of the best things is I have the closed captions on. I know we're sitting here running our mouths, but there's no closed captions going on, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure the announcers are laying out and they're not saying a freaking word, which I kind of miss these days, especially like I mentioned with the Bray Wyatt entrances, the Fiend, and oh my God, he's so scary. Oh my God, what is this? Just breathe and let him take it in and
Right.
let us hear the crowd and let us hear, let us be in the arena.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think the WWE announcing is, except for Mauro Ranallo, is just very, very piss poor. It has been for a long time. Very sad, actually.
Well, it's overproduced. It's, somebody, whether it's Vince or somebody in the ear saying, call him
Sure.
scary or call him this or call him that. It's just, it's it's overdone. As we see,
getting a beat down in each corner.
yeah, this might get ugly because, we've seen Hideo Itami getting endorsed by Hogan and Triple H and Jimmy Hart and everybody. So I'm pretty sure this is his first takeover. And obviously here we see the debut of the Demon. So, like I said, we don't read the results beforehand, but I'm not so confident this is going to last too long with Finn Balor and Hideo Itami teaming up here.
Yeah, if I remember right,
maybe they give Ascension a little bit of a fight.
If I remember right, Owens, Itami, Balor, and one other guy, escapes me who it was, but we're all signed the same day. No, it wasn't Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was before Owens. I can't remember who the fourth one was, but they were all four of them were signed on the same day. Nice.
We have Finn tagged in here. And now they're starting to put over the demon gimmick we're seeing here. And man, that I think I saw somewhere. I don't know if it was on WWE Network or just like the website. It might probably on fucking Twitter, like everything else. But some of that paint they do takes like 6 to 8 hours to do that fucking paint he's wearing.
I know that one when they did the takeover show there, they showed them how they do it with airbrush and all that. I don't recall it was taking that long, but I know it was pretty time consuming, pretty comprehensive there.
Yeah, I want to say it was the SummerSlam. I don't know if it was the one where he won the Universal title or it might have been another one where he had some crazy ass, like, I think it was like orange and blue or some kind of weird, like different color paint and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, even if you gotta think of you just sitting in the damn chair for that long doing all that stuff for a 10, 15-minute match, which I guess it definitely has its effects, which it's worth it. But what else are you gonna be doing, I guess?
Yeah, and plus he doesn't wear it that often, so it's cool when you do see it.
Yeah, we definitely saw it a lot here in NXT, but as we got to the main roster, shit, maybe 5 times I think we've seen it on the main roster. I think he's really been more of the Balor Club guy, and
right. That sounds about right.
yeah, probably. I might not even be 5 times that we've seen it, which sucks because, like I said, this is one of my favorite. I don't want to call it a gimmick. Favorite personalities or characters, I guess. Essentially getting a little bit of a fight in here. Beating up on old Hideo. He got his ass kicked for the lead up, and he's getting his ass kicked in the actual match. So
I know the one victor from the Ascension came from the Hart Dungeon. I'm not sure where the other one came from. If he just kind of worked the indies or what, but yeah, I'm not sure.
How about that? Number 1 trend worldwide, Baron Corbin, after a damn squash match against the Perfect 10, the chairman, Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, whatever the hell you want to call him. Number one trend worldwide, Baron Corbin. God, poor guy. See, essentially just beating down Hideo Itami here now. A little trash talk. Knocked the Demon off the apron, so no hope for Hideo to tag him in as Finn hops back up there.
Right hand or right forearm. Another forearm by the Ascension. I believe Victor is in the ring and Connor's on the outside.
Yeah, even I'm trying to watch this damn match, but I don't think some tag teams, like, I hate to say it, but like the Dudleys, like, I think they're always better as a tag team. I don't think one of them by themselves was like a great
Right.
Solo guy. Now, obviously Bubba Ray went on to like his Bully Ray stuff, and I think most of that was from his, mic work, his talking ability, which he's still using today on the Busted Open Radio stuff, Sirius. Yes. But, I always thought they were better as a tag team. And maybe Ascension is. Maybe they're just going to ride it out as a tag team and see. I could see them going like New Japan or something. I don't know. I don't really see them going to AEW.
I could see them going to like Ring of Honor or something, maybe working with the Briscoes or something, Be kind of something we've never seen before.
I don't know. Something about them just says, looks like they're New Japan guys. Wonder if, do you know where they came from? Like how they came to NXT? Did they come from Japan?
Yeah, I just told you, Victor was in the Heart Dungeon. So he had that connection with Tyson Kidd and Natty and whatnot. Connor, I'm not sure of. He just came up through the Indies, or I'm not sure. Was a former football player. Honestly, I don't know.
Hideo Itami's still getting worked over here. Going to try to get this tag to Finn. This place is kind of waiting for it to expose. We see a little blinking right. Somebody's fucking recording over there, I think, Tom.
They are.
Son of a bitch. This shit's on the network for $9.99 a month, man. They're over there recording it like it's fucking 97.
Yeah, sad part about the Ascension is that right after they came up, they were billed as kind of like a, Legion of Doom type team and, won a few matches. And after that, I don't think they ever won a match. At least I don't remember them winning any. Usually they were used mostly for enhancement.
Yeah, I don't even remember them being on TV most of the time, honestly. I think we talked about it last week, some of the stuff they did with the Fashion Police, but
right.
If you count that as being on TV, I guess, for 30 seconds, and I mean, I guess if you want to count that.
Yeah, that wasn't in the ring at all, yeah. I think they would have maybe put him in there with Gallows and Anderson or something. It probably would have been a decent match.
Yeah, they had to have some kind of backstage heat or something. Because I don't know how you go a year long or, with a NXT tag titles and then just go up and not even, do nothing. I don't know. Maybe something happened backstage but the thing about that is they stuck around so long. Like like we were talking about, they're just getting released now here 5 years later. So I don't know, unless they had a 5-year contract, which is possible, I guess.
Yeah, well, so regular pay, you get paid no matter what, whether they're putting you on TV or not. You're still getting paid, so
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Maybe WWE's kept them around for a reason. I'm not really sure what the reason was, but. Anyway, we'll see. And there's good tag team. That's the old school tag team wrestling I like. Cutting off the corner.
I love it. Yeah.
Catching Hideo Itami in midair, trying to get the tag to Finn.
Yeah, cutting the ring in half and old school stuff.
Oh, into the posts. Old school metal post there. None of that electronic stuff we see today. Hideo Itami gonna crawl to Finn and try to get this tag, and he gets pulled off the apron. God damn it, man! They will not let Hideo get this tag off. Hideo gets dragged back to the Ascension's corner. Now knee into the throat. The ref has to pull him off there. This isn't half bad. This is a pretty
decent, yeah.
Pretty good
decent
tag match.
Yeah.
Sure, it's only going to get better when once Finn gets in the ring. And yeah, Hideo Itami fighting him off now. Here we go.
No, he's gonna no. Watch, referee's not gonna see the tag. No, then he just turns back. No, there comes the hot tag. Finn Balor comes in like a house of fire, as they used to say.
Oh, jumps into, well, I think it was a kick. We couldn't see it behind fucking. Oh, Sling Blade. Crowd is so into it. People in the front row don't want to stand up, but fuck them. They're still into it. Guys in the back row are standing up. Oh, kicks a little Pele kick off the top rope there, sending him banging off the freaking ring apron. And Finn's going to go flying here. You can already tell by the look in his eyes. And there he goes. Nice catch. I was never smart up to those spots. I think I heard Taz talk about it like 2 or 3 years ago, where he was talking about the goal on those spots is to like catch the guy. I never realized that until, because some guys don't catch the guy. Some guys like move or they like
right.
So without somebody telling you that's what you should be doing, it's hard to tell. Is Finn another Pele kick going for the coup de grace here?
Coup de grace.
Oh, he missed it.
Missed it. Yeah.
Oof. Little brain buster there. No, he's not going to get it with that.
Connor breaks it up.
Oh, nasty spear.
Connor out of the ring, yeah.
Finn's sizing up something here. What's he going to do? Oh, he missed it. God damn it. European uppercut.
That's not
1,
it.
2, and nope. Hideo breaks it up. Now Hideo going to look for the go to sleep here on this big bastard.
Nope.
Oh, God. Now all 4 guys in the ring. Come on, ref. Looking for the high-low here on the Demon. Oh, and Hideo Itami gets it in. Pele kick. Oh. Connor and Hideo back in the ring now.
Yeah.
Oh, running goat. Running knee. Flying goat. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Flying goat. Yeah. Coup de grace and.
Yeah, Hideo and Finn both going on separate turnbuckles here. Double coup de grace.
Yeah.
A double diving foot stomp, as the closed caption says. I don't think they actually coined it to coup de grace yet.
Balor pins Victor. It's coup de grace. Yeah. Connor slides out of the ring.
Good shit, man. You got your, old school beatdown tag team wrestling for the first few minutes, where they were cutting Hideo off in the ring, double teaming him, beating him down, pulling Finn off the apron, all the classic stuff. Then you get, of course, the classic hot tag in, Finn gets in, and you get your, flip-floppity flying stuff, as some would say, with Finn and Hideo, and that's what we're going to get a replay here of right now, is Finn soaring over the top rope. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. They did kind of catch him there.
So it kind of, you see they kind of like locked arms there. And
yeah, they did.
Kind of landed right in the middle. But then you get some false finishes there. You see one right there. You see the Ascension even setting up. I don't know if they're going to show it here, but Ascension even set up their finisher on Finn with Hideo interrupting. I think he got a little bit of everything. Oh yeah, they're gonna show it right here where they're looking for the high-low on Finn before Deo gets involved. I mean, what else could you want from a tag team match, Tom?
Right. Yeah, they pretty much covered everything. Yeah. Sure did.
I mean, besides the ref not seeing the tag, right? I think that's one spot.
Right. Yeah. Ref not seeing the
called.
tag, or the heels working over the baby face in the corner. We really didn't see too much of that either. So, but yeah, he had just about everything else. As Balor and Itami pose for the crowd.
Yep, still in the ring with the spotlight on him. Gonna get the fans one more look at the demon paint setup, and back to the announce team here. Alex Riley, Rich Brennan, and Corey Graves. Wish no, I kind of like the NXT commentators now, I guess.
Oh my God, yeah, way better. Morrow and Nigel. Not really a Beth Phoenix fan, but I do like Nigel and Morrow quite a bit.
All right, cut the smoke. Anyway, yeah, I think oh God, I'm never gonna go back to these guys. Enough. Thank God I have it on mute. But no, I think I don't know. I just want to see what Morrow and Nigel can do by themselves. I actually like SmackDown. You know,
Oh my God, look at Renee.
Yeah, right. Oh man, and look who she's interviewing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns voted to be Superstar of the Year at the Slammy Awards, as they're saying here. Or at least they're selling it. Who knows what those votes are legit. Well, according to Bruce Pritchard, they're all legit. But I don't fucking believe that either.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah, according to him, the Taboo Tuesdays and the Cyber Sundays and, basically all the voting that WWE's done is legit, which I don't fucking... You're not gonna not tell, Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan if they're wrestling in a fucking cage or a ladder match or not. Thank you, Roman. And go fuck yourself. Okay, now back to the announce team. And we're still talking here, still trying to clear the smoke out of this fucking college arena. And now we're going to go look at Charlotte Flair, getting some makeup done. And there's the Nature Boy.
Yeah, Charlotte looked way better back then. Man, much better shape.
If you remember, this was her gimmick, man, before ultimately turning heel and basically kicking Rick to the curb. Rick was with her, a lot, not only in NXT, but a lot, when she first
main roster. Yeah.
Yes, and even those pictures without the names, I mean, they look just like their faces. They look totally different. Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah, sure do.
Strange. And I'm not saying they don't look like they've had any plastic surgery or anything, though. I'm not saying that. It's just fucking weird how I guess people just age.
Yeah, their hair is different too. I mean, remember that. Hair's a lot different.
I just see there Rick and Charlotte in the ring, and there's Bailey getting worked over by a head scissor, and might have been Becky or somebody eating a natural selection. Bailey's eating a natural selection. You don't see a lot of natural selection anymore, man. I used to like that finisher. See a lot of the figure eights now. Here comes Sasha to beat down on now her best friend Bailey in her I'm Not Ratchet shirt.
Yep.
I never got into Sasha, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a fan of her for a while, but not so much anymore. I think she's a good worker, good wrestler. But yeah, some of the stuff I've heard backstage and attitude and walking Automania and stuff,
So it's kind of weird to see here Sasha and Becky beating down Bailey, and I'm assuming, yep, here comes Charlotte for the save.
Save, yeah.
And
So Becky must have been working heel back then.
yeah, these four are always in the program, and people kind of get tired of them. Which now Charlotte's a 10-time champion, and Sasha's a whatever time champion, and Becky obviously still the Raw Women's Champion. I think she just actually passed Ronda Rousey for the longest reign ever, or she's closing in on it when it comes to the Raw Women's belt. But it seems even around in this time, it just seemed to revolve around those four ladies for some reason.
Yeah, well, they had it. How many was it? Like 20 pay-per-views in a row or something they had, where there was a blonde woman in the title match, and it was finally broken there a while back. But yeah, they certainly they add Bliss to the picture, which obviously Bliss wasn't in this group, but she had a long major push in the title picture. So
here we go, Sasha with the little hip toss and a little shoulder brush. Nothing too fancy, even for a takeover. A little $8 plastic sunglasses and $6 little brass knucks on her ring. Probably say legit or boss or whatever the fuck they say. Oh, she's gonna show them off, of course. There they are. Oh, yep, says boss. WWE.com/NXT. Get involved with Charlotte Flair, Neville, Sami Zayn, and the Ascension, and ask them what they think of getting beat by a demon and Hideo Itami. Take it to the Banks. Okay, that guy's a Sasha Banks fan. Here comes Charlotte, your WWE NXT champion, and I think we talked about it a little last week. I don't know. I never really liked that belt. What do you think of this women's belt here? This NXT.
nah, not really a big fan of it.
Yeah, me neither. I think
I don't. Yeah, I don't really know a lot of the history as far as if she was the first champion or who it was. I know there's been 16 NXT men's champions, but I don't know how many women's there's been. There hasn't been as many because a lot of them have had. I mean, Baszler's had it over a year, and yeah, I mean Banks had it for a long time. Bailey had it for a long. Asuka had it for over a year. There hasn't been that many women's champions. I'm not sure if Charlotte was the inaugural champion or not.
no, Paige had it.
Oh, that's right. Paige had it. Yeah. Paige might have been the first one. Because I think she was still the champion when she came to the main roster.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I want to say it was her. And of course, little preview here. This was also the first women's Hell in a Cell match, was it not? Charlotte
Sure
and
was.
Sasha.
Yeah, sure was.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, this feud was way overdone on the main roster. They wrestled each other 4, 5, 6 pay-per-views in a row, and that
Well, and
drives
then
me
they would do the
nuts. I hate
rematches
that.
on Raw. So then,
Yeah.
Charlotte had that pay-per-view streak going where she would win it on the pay-per-view, and then Sasha would win it back on the Raw, after
Right.
the
Right.
pay-per-view.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of tossing belts around like that, and just that's one of my pet peeves about WWE. Too much belt tossing. I think when somebody wins a title, it should mean something and give it some credibility.
Well, I think they're doing that. I mean, if you look at the champions now, I think,
NXT's doing it.
if you
NXT
want to
has.
look at NXT, yeah, even, obviously we don't know where they're going, but like I said, Becky's been the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion ever with doesn't seem to be no end in sight. Bailey looks to be getting a good push with the SmackDown belts. See, where that's going to go. So, I mean, there are there are some that still have it. Bray Wyatt with the Universal Belt. I don't think he's gonna get
Yeah,
beat
but he
anytime
hasn't.
soon.
He hasn't had it for very long. The SmackDown tag titles are a joke. New Day's had it like umpteen times now, and yeah, I don't. Yeah, I hate that. NXT is like AEW so far has got it right too. Not toss around belts like hot potatoes. So yeah, I'm just old school. I like the old school title runs and wrestling somebody different on the pay-per-views, not wrestling the same person over and over and over. Just give other people a chance.
Yeah, I think that sometimes hurts the no matter how long your title run is, I think that also hurts your title run with facing the same guy for 3 or 4 times, or
Right.
I think you have to kind of fight a couple different people at least to
Yeah. I mean,
kind of add to the resume.
how many times from 2007 to 2010 did Randy Orton and John Cena wrestle each other on the main event of a pay-per-view? Probably 20 times. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, they were still doing it. They were the ones for that unified the belts, the
Yeah.
WWE World Heavyweight
2014.
Belt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Randy had the WWE belt, and Cena actually had the
World
big
title.
gold belt. Not a lot of
He sure
people
did.
remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. 2014. Yeah. Yeah. Long time. Banks getting the upper hand so far in this match, kicking Charlotte in the throat there while leaning on the ropes.
Yeah, and like I said, I get it here, but now I think it's time to, and maybe you see it a little bit. You see Sasha and Bailey paired up, so maybe they'll start, putting other girls over. You kind of see Becky and Charlotte teaming up a little bit to take on Asuka and Kairi Sane lately, here and there.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think that's how they should be used. I think, they're obviously 4 legitimate stars, and so I think why wouldn't you spread that out with, 4 different ways instead of just having them fight each other?
Right.
Which I never understood for the longest.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did Becky and Charlotte wrestle each other? I mean, just ungodly amount of times.
As you get a replay there, the classic double knees to the ribs,
Yeah.
propping up Charlotte there in between the middle and top rope.
Yeah, Banks is a very good heel. I'll give her that. Very good heel. Much better as a heel than a baby face.
Yeah, I think I've said this before too, but I think they're all better as heels.
No, Charlotte definitely is. Bailey, I won't agree with Bailey on. I think Bailey's better as a baby face.
I think she came off as too scripted. I mean, it's kind of like how everybody is now, I guess. But I just think her gimmick was too. I think she was too babyface, if that's a thing.
Yeah, I agree. There you go.
Oh, looking for the bank statement earlier.
The bank statement. No.
Twisting Charlotte up nasty with her hands basically held at the side of her head. How about the ref here?
Charles Robinson.
Yeah, Dale. Talk about a nerve-wracking experience, man. You're a new girl or a new. Just think if you are Sasha Banks, though. I mean, you're wrestling freaking Ric Flair's daughter, NXT Women's Title match. A little hair pull down there. But NXT Takeover, and then you walk out and freaking ref's Charles Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know I'm sure Sasha knows who he is, but obviously a big Eddie Guerrero fan, so she's obviously a wrestling historian.
Oh, I'm sure she knows who he is. He's been around forever, yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure Charlotte is just as nervous, or as well. But just imagine being in Sasha Banks' shoes, man. You're like the freaking oddball out here. You're in there with a Flair, you're in there with Charles Robinson. You kind of have to show out, or
Right.
At least I would think anyway. Oh, driving her head into the mat.
Slamming her head face first, yeah.
Little rest action here, little head scissors. Even these 120-pound girls need a little break once in a while, Tom. Oh, big slap there from Charlotte from the bottom. I had a little mustard behind it, not too much.
Banks with the heel moves and the talk and the smack to go with it, yeah. face.
Oh, another slap.
Nope,
Charlotte's
blocked it.
Got them long arms swinging. Oh, yeah, she's going to go for a ride. Electric chair. Oh, that's a long way down. And Sasha always takes the ugliest fucking bumps, man. Like, how do you not... Ugh, I don't know. That's what I hate about Sasha. Like, just land on your fucking back. Don't... Ugh. That's why I just hate watching Sasha. She just looks like she's going to get hurt. It's cool to watch, for sure, but she's just like a... she's got that, like, ragdoll tribute. I don't know. Like, everything she does just looks like...
Yeah, just real fragile. Looks like she has a real fragile physique. You know, like you said, she only weighs probably 110, 115 pounds.
Here comes Charlotte with the comeback. Oh, there's a flare chop to the ground.
Flare chops, yeah. Duplex.
Oh, reverse. Whoa. Oh.
Neck breaker.
Big neck breaker there by Charlotte.
Nope, not going to do it there.
Still a number one trend worldwide, of course, NXT TakeOver Revolution. Here at Full Sail University. What a freaking card it's been. As Charlotte goes for the spear and totally whiffs, gets tossed out. Charles Robinson's telling her to cut the shit. Here goes one of the ugly Sasha Banks fucking suicide dives that I hate because her foot always gets caught on that rope like it did there. And Charlotte had to save her life from crashing her face into the ramp, which we've seen Cody Rhodes actually do.
We did.
A few weeks ago, and that shit was ugly.
There was. That was at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Right, yes. So, I don't know. I always feel like Sasha's leg fucking always gets caught on that damn rope, man.
Yeah. No, not going to pin her that way. Didn't hook a leg or nothing. Still trying to catch her breath from that tope suicide dive there.
Yeah, I wonder what I never really looked it up because I don't really like to get into it, but I don't know. I wonder what these girls are making here. I mean, they gotta be making good money.
I guess it depends what your definition of good money is. Obviously, they're making a lot more now. Spear there, nice spear.
Spears are inside fucking out, but
yeah, back in these days, like they were making very much. Yeah.
You know, because like if you're these two, you know, you got a full crowd, whatever. You're on the network, you know, this and that, but you're working the same place, Full Sail. You could basically just live in Orlando or somewhere around Orlando.
A lot of them still do, yeah.
You know, so you might not be getting paid as much, but you're also not, you know, in this town one night and that town the other night, staying in hotels, doing this, renting cars, doing, you know what I mean? It's more of a steady kind of lifestyle, I guess. That's why some people don't want to get called up to the main roster, I feel like, because now you look at guys like Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, I just listened to Ciampa's podcast the other day when he was on Lillian Garcia's podcast, and he's not going anywhere. He loves it there in Orlando. He's not going anywhere.
Shit, I wouldn't blame him, man. Now you're on national TV for 2 hours a week. I mean, what's the point of? I mean, what's really the difference of going up? That Sasha Banks pops up as trending.
Right.
You know, what the hell is the point? I mean, you might make more money, but even now, NXT is so big. I'm sure you're still getting good merchandise and stuff like that. Oh.
Throw there, nice throw. Good workers here. Both of them are putting good work in.
Especially at this time, you got Charlotte's going to the top for the signature
moonsault.
Oh, lands on a fleet. Sasha moves and looks like she crushed her there a bit. Our foot's on the ropes. There you go. He's been around this game for 55 years, Charlotte. He knows what's going on. Dude, I just watched I don't even remember what pay-per-view it was. But it was a WCW pay-per-view. It was one of the watch-alongs with Tony Schiavone podcast. And yeah, Charles Robinson refereeing some fucking graveyard match, man. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah,
it was the worst shit ever. And it's like, he was like carrying a flashlight and like guiding the wrestlers through the damn graveyard.
Oh, jeez.
I
remember him in WCW, but I don't remember that pay-per-view.
Dude, I want to say it was like late WCW, so you know it was a fucking shit show. I want to say it was like Bash at the Beach 2000.
Okay.
Like, it was like late, like WCW was out of business basically. Like, it was on the market. And fucking Charles Thompson's there guiding guys through a graveyard with a flashlight. But
yes.
14 years later, here he is at Takeover Revolution trying to guide Sasha and Charlotte to this damn title match. Sasha takes another nasty bump, a front suplex off the top rope. She's trying to set up the natural selection. Oh, God, natural selection off the top rope as the fans kind of realize what she just did. And that is it, man. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte retains. That's what I missed. So no figure 4, no figure 8. Just her own natural selection thing. But like I said, nowadays you're seeing a lot of the figure 8 stuff. As the announcers, of course, oh my God, I know her father's watching. That father of hers, Ric Flair. So as much pressure as was on Sasha, equal amount, I guess you could say, on Charlotte.
Showing the replay here, and spear turned her inside out, and
that was a good spot. Drags her head into the middle turnbuckle there. It wasn't a bad match, and it was quick.
No,
I don't think they dragged it out. Some of the Charlotte and Sasha stuff can get dragged out. Big natural selection. Hit it pretty good there off the top rope. Charlotte showing off that belt one more time to the crowd.
Yeah, they sure keep them in the ring for a long time after the matches in those days. Balor and Tommy did the same thing.
Because we're going to get some Christmas trees on a palm tree. Only here in Florida, baby. And surprised we didn't see a run in there or something with the whole. They were selling the Becky and Bailey stuff pretty good with the build up.
Maybe they were saving that for later show
maybe
or
the next episode. And here we go. Should be our main event of the night, I believe, Tom. Sami Zayn.
Could be, yeah.
And Adrian Neville, the NXT Championship match we've all been waiting for. And there's a close-up. Sami Zayn staring down that NXT title. Oh, going for that classic. That was one of my favorite moves he did, that DDT through the bottom rope. I just see how Neville...
Bo Dallas
with the title, yeah. There we go. There's DDT.
There it is. Tyler Breeze eating that.
Tyson Kidd eating the hula kick, and Neville pulling the ref out.
Must have been a fatal 4-way.
Yep, and there you see Neville winning the belt after giving Sami Zayn the super kick on the outside. And how fucking short is Neville there, man? Sami Zayn's not that big.
No, he's not.
What the hell? Blue Thunder Bomb, another one of my favorite moves that we never friggin' see anymore. Well, I guess we don't really see Sami wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen Sami in a long time.
Last time I seen him, I think Aleister Black kicked his fucking head off. I think that's the last time we seen him.
Yeah.
He was talking smack to Aleister, and Aleister came out and gave him the work.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Sami Zayn there with the interview, and Neville here in the dress clothes, rocking the NXT belt over the shoulder. Looks good on Neville, man. As we see that. Fuck, I don't even know what to call that fucking move. What was that move called, Tom? Where he spun in the air like 8
It was
times?
the gosh,
Corkscrew or
yeah, something.
tilt-a-whirl?
No, there was a name for it though. Red Arrow, I want to say.
Yeah, that's it. So they're kind of playing the friendship angle here. Sami Zayn says, if I don't get to win, or if I don't win the title, I don't deserve to be here. Sort of saying, if he doesn't win that title, or if he doesn't have the title, he has no purpose here in NXT. Neville saying, I don't give a shit what you put on the line, Sammy, but I'm not going to lose. I don't really care if you retire or not because you're going to be managing Shinsuke Nakamura in 5 years anyway. Oh, and he slaps him. What a douche.
And you're also going to dislocate your shoulder, reaching your arms up in the air after Bret Hart introduces you on an episode of Raw. That's also going to happen.
And you may be fucking insane, Sammy. But, oh shit, he's got a lot of fucking tape on those hands, dude. What the hell? And here he comes. Old school Sami Zayn, if that even is a thing.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched him wrestle as El Generico for years and never knew what he looked like until he came to WWE. Crazy. He's huge, over huge at this point. Holy cow. Everybody's going crazy.
I heard Jim Cornette has a lot of heat with these guys, man, with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and them.
Didn't know that. Not surprised, but and Zayn of the membrane.
I guess they had some kind of run-in with Kevin Owens, or Kevin Owens was still Kevin Steen, and he didn't want to do something Jim Cornette wanted him to do. I don't really know the whole backstory.
Okay.
I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast sometimes just to fucking laugh. His rants are classic.
Big fan of Jim Cornette's. He was one of the first heels I ever rooted for in the 80s. Big fan of his. Met him a few years back, and he was cool to me. I know he's got a lot of heat with people, but he was friendly to me. He has some young dude in there refereeing this match.
Damn, look at the strap on that NXT belt, man.
Yeah, it's huge.
Freaking funny. Every time I see it now, it's like a whole different. Well, I guess even back then it was a whole different belt. I mean, it's just not really another belt like it with that big strap like that. Dug it though. I always thought it was cool. Look at that, man. That shit covers like half his back.
Yeah, sure does.
Oh, smoke in the face. Right up your fucking nose. As we see Neville here coming down, and obviously goes on to be king of the cruiserweights on 205 Live. Good run there, and had a. I think my favorite feud of him was with him and Austin Aries, two guys who aren't there anymore, but.
Right. Two guys that I heard aren't the really friendliest people in the bunch either. So, yeah.
Well, no, I lost a lot of respect for Neville when he I forget what exactly match it was supposed to be, but he had to pull out of some match in AEW because he didn't want to do a job. Cause,
right. That's
he was like of course online, his reasoning was because he was the Dragon Gate champion at the time.
Right. Yeah, that was the first show, the first AEW pay-per-view he pulled out of. He was supposed to wrestle. Well,
then he pulled out a second one, too. It was like a 6-man tag or something, I think, and then...
That's right.
He had gotten replaced with that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Is he
just heard
supposed
he's
to
not
wrestle
the
Moxley?
Moxley. Yeah, I heard he wasn't just the kindest person. So I heard the same thing about Austin Aries too, but obviously I don't know them personally, but that's just the word.
Yeah, well, they say money makes you, money doesn't change you. Money makes you more of who you already were. So,
Yeah.
some guys get to that level, as fans are going fucking nuts here
Going
for Sami
crazy
Zayn.
over Sami Zayn. Man,
But
way over. Way
5 years
over his.
ago, he's the NXT champion, and like I said, he does the King of Cruiserweight title run, and
Yeah.
obviously, you know, obviously Neville's been well taken care of over at least the past 5 years.
Right.
So, and Austin Aries obviously has been taken care of for the past like fucking 20 years in wrestling with all the shit he's done.
Yeah, he's
So,
very, very good in the ring, Austin Aries. Very
yeah, I
good.
go back to that Orlando WrestleMania. They were actually on the pre-show with the
That's
Cruiserweight
right.
title match, and I thought Austin Aries was going to win that night, man, but they put Neville over. It was a
He
hell
probably
of a match,
refused to
though.
do the job.
Yeah, well, he got paid for it back because he lost it to fucking Enzo, so fuck him. You see all kind of camera lights and flashes going off and people trying to capture this moment.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
5 years later, we're sitting here just watching on the network, man. I don't know why these guys are. That guy's recording because his light's been on like the whole fucking time. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. That guy's probably had like 40
I can't tell. What are they
phones.
chanting? Are they chanting El Generico? What are they chanting? I can't tell.
Sounds like a Let's Go Sammy and then something else.
Something, yeah. Man, they're really giving him time here.
And now doing the Olay shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Olay stuff. I can see it. Or read their lips.
Big time match feel, big time fucking fight feel here.
Sure does.
Neville gets the early advantage with the takedown front face lock there on the mat. And not a lot of people think of it, but I think Neville's underrated on the mat, man. I think he's not just the big, high flyer or whatever, we want to call him. I think he could hold his own on the mat for a guy that kind of gets classified as a cruiserweight or, flying guy, high flyer.
Yeah, I think that was kind of his bread and butter. I think it's probably how they wanted him to wrestle when he came there. I don't know, but you're right. Look at these moves. Yeah, arm drags and headlocks and headlock takeovers. Yeah.
Yeah, very physical. They get like you said, that red arrow. People, oh my god, I get caught up in that finisher, but
Right.
even right here, if you watch the matches, man, a lot of his stuff is very physical, very technical stuff. Still doing a lot of the same stuff now in AEW too, as Pac, of course.
Right.
Pretty much the same look, just with a beard. Hair's a little more greasier, a little more wet.
Yeah. I think he wrestled as Pac before WWE, if I remember right, when he was wrestling in Europe and whatnot.
Yeah, it's strange how they always come up with new names and new gimmicks for guys. I guess in certain cases they have to, but I don't think a lot of people are like legally. I know the biggest problem they had recently was the whole broken Matt Hardy stuff with him coming over with TNA being assholes about that one. But
Right.
if they really wanted to use El Generico, I mean, could they have just like bought the rights to El Generico or Kevin Steen or, Pac or whoever. I'm sure they probably could have.
Probably could have, yeah. I mean, some guys, Samoa Joe's had that name for forever. CM Punk
Right.
had that name coming into WWE. So
AJ
some of them,
Styles, Bobby Roode.
yeah.
So some of them, I guess, it just, depends on who wants to be dicks and who can. And if WWE wants to buy it, I don't know. I guess, could they have bought in the broken gimmick? I know a lot of people were bitching about that, saying WWE should just buy it, the rights to it, which I'm sure they could have.
Yeah.
Don't see that a lot. As we see a Sami Zayn taken down by Neville again here, working that left arm.
Nice backbreaker there. Neville rolls out of the ring. Sami Zayn out after him. Kicks him in the throat. Can he do the backflip here? Sure is. Nice. Nice pop from the crowd. Get him going. A little rest for Neville there. We see the replay of that backbreaker, and I'm sure we'll see the flip off of the flip coming up off of the top rope there. Back flip.
Yeah, I used to do that move. That was one of my go-to moves in the old 2K games.
Okay.
Which I don't know if Sammy still does it now, but I don't think I've played as Sami Zayn lately in the new one, which I haven't played the new one much at all. Either way, but that was one of my favorite moves. It's fucking fun to watch, man. Like, how the hell do you do that? Not smash your neck.
Yeah. Lands his face into the top turnbuckle and a little snap mare kind of halfway. Kind of roll up, 2 count. Sami Zayn goes back after him and throws his head into the other turnbuckle.
Yeah, really working each other over here in this match.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy yet. Probably the craziest spot was that backwards fucking top rope flip, whatever the hell you want to call it, by Sami Zayn we just saw a moment ago. But pretty physical match here. I'm digging it.
Yeah. Sammy goes face first into the top turnbuckle. There's snap mirror.
Oh.
Double kick to the back of the neck. 2 count. Kind of like a rear chin lock there by Neville.
That's what I like too. Is these two probably aren't even maybe at this time they were, but I don't think these two were even the top stars in NXT. I mean, maybe at this time you could argue, but
yeah, I don't think so either.
You're just throwing NXT title match, and they're giving one hell of a match, and the fans are into it, and everybody's into it, and
crowd's chanting Sammy, Sammy.
You don't need the same guys fighting. That's what I hate about the main roster, and that's what I hope AEW leads to, man. You don't need the same guys fighting. I think guys like at this time you have the Demon doing something, and then you have Kevin Owens doing something, and it makes the title more relevant because it's kind of making these two guys right here. It's kind of giving more meaning to this rivalry with Sammy saying his career is on the line, quote unquote, and if he can't get the job done, that he doesn't belong here. I don't know. It's just some stuff that just gives more meaning to the title, and the title giving more meaning to these two guys.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Definitely. Yeah, I like what AEW is doing. You don't even see, some of the guys on TV every week, which is good. They shouldn't be, you know?
Yeah, I think in some cases you have to have the title make the guys, and the guys make the title. That old saying. It's one way or the other. And obviously AEW is such a new company. Obviously having the guy making that title and Chris Jericho making that AEW heavyweight title seem important, and obviously making it relevant, which they should. I have no problem with that. But here in NXT, you kind of have somewhat of the same situation in a newer promotion, quote unquote. Obviously it's WWE, whatever, but a
Newer
newer
brand. Yeah.
But you still have two of these new guys that maybe people aren't a lot of familiar with, trying to make this belt, freaking important as hell. Argue, like Kevin Owens said when he came up to the roster, when he had the belt, that NXT belt was, the most prestigious in the whole WWE. So, and some would argue that it is today with, the recent success it's had at
Absolutely.
NXT's had a Survivor Series and the Great War Games pay-per-view. Or
Absolutely. You could argue, I mean, who's had a better year in wrestling than Adam Cole?
Right. Yeah. I think you could you could definitely make that argument for NXT being the most relevant title, but I think it all started, here in this era, 2013, 2014, onto like you mentioned, the Kevin Owens and Finn Balor stuff later on, 2015. It just goes on and on. With the NXT title, always means something.
Sure.
At least it seems like it anyway. Even if it doesn't, they always make it seem like it does.
Yeah, I agree.
But you don't see that now because I couldn't tell you who the WWE champion is because I haven't fucking seen him in about 3 weeks, Tom.
Absolutely.
Pisses me off.
Absolutely.
And as much as I love Bray Wyatt, the Universal Champion doesn't wrestle, whether it's, unless it's a dark match or on a pay-per-view.
Whoa.
But, he's there.
At least he's on TV, though. Nice.
Yeah, he's still there promoting the title as Sammy goes flying outside again.
Nice. Love that move. Full extension.
Oh, the yes, yes, yes t-shirt. Yeah, damn. Kind of tells you what time period we're in here. There you go. Backdrop over the top rope as Neville catches Samara on that. And Sami Zayn catches Samara on the back end of it, crashing into Neville on the outside. A lot of spots are right here, I noticed, and the arena's so freaking small. I guess they have to do it out there, but almost every spot has been right there in front of the, at the bottom of the ramp.
Yeah.
Which we've
That's
seen
like the only open area. Yeah.
Probably seen 5 or 6 of them so far here tonight.
Nice. No, not gonna do it.
Sami Zayn dragging Neville up by his head here. Trying to set up a suplex. Neville reverses, going for a little German suplex there. Gets reversed by Sami. Eats an elbow to the face. Ooh, stiff elbow. As Neville flips. Oh, shit. Flips into the electric chair. And blue thunder bomb. There we go. Now get the fucking shot on the count. God damn. 2 count there. Neville kicks out. Whew, that was a good little sequence.
Yeah, it was.
And see, it seems so they were going so slow or so, I guess, I don't want to call it slow, I guess average pace. So when you get a quick 30, 35-second sequence like that, it just seems so much faster than when you're watching that same pace for 10 minutes.
Yes.
You get conditioned. But, the fact that they went slow, they're working arms, they're working, sleeper holds, and, So all of a sudden when you get a quick sequence like that, it just seems so much more fluid and fast and gets the blood pumping, kind of wakes you up. Oh, going for the Halula kick, but Neville reverses it with his own kick. And now, right, whips Sammy into the rope. Oh, stiff German into the pin. After Sami Zayn bounced off the rope, chest first, right into the damn German suplex, which Neville countered into a bridge pinning combination. Hate the hate when we give you guys dead silence, but goddamn, this match is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And they say again back to the as we see the replay, the power bombs to the pinning combination there, near fall. As they also say on the Tony Schiavone podcast, the worse the worse the show is, the better the podcast is. And I guess it's kind of in reverse. Like the better the show is, I think the worse the podcast is, because sometimes you get caught just getting sucked into the shit all over again. And goddamn, this is a hell of a match. I don't know what the hell Meltzer or Keller or anybody else rated it, but this is a hell of a match, man.
Yeah, I have to go back and look, but yeah, I don't care what they say about it. Yeah, this is really good stuff.
There's Neville. Misses a sliding knee, gets turned inside out by a nasty clothesline Pazami, and the crowd is fucking ready for it, man. You see that shot there. He's going for the Halula kick again and misses. Oh, Neville hits him with a roundhouse kick in the corner. Sammy laying there, and Neville realizes it might be time for that goddamn red arrow. Climbing to the top rope. Setting it up, and fuck. Sammy gets the knees up just in time. Counters into the, I guess they're calling it the Koji clutch here, but I haven't seen Sammy use this friggin' move in I don't know how long. Maybe since NXT.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Neville trying to crawl back towards the ropes. I think he can get his foot on it if he, yep, there you go. You think he has that left foot on the ropes there. Man, ref calls for the break because Sammy has to let it go. Sammy's face beat red. I'm sweating a little bit too, just watching you guys. Oh, that's another fucking nasty move where he drives the guy. Oh, and Neville counters into a roll up. Oh, Sammy kicks up. Then we got a ref bump, head to head. Ref's holding his head. That actually looks like we see Neville rubbing his head too. I think that actually.
Yeah, might have hit both of them. Yeah.
Sammy looking at the ref, looking at Neville, looking at the ref, looking at Neville, looking at the ref. Decides he's going to go help the ref up, and that may cost him because the fans are telling him not to do it. Oh, big super kick by Neville, setting up. Oh, fuck. The reverse Hurricanrana there, driving his. Oh, and Sammy kicks at it too. Driving Sammy's head into the friggin' mat, man. That's another move, is I don't know how the hell you do that without fucking crashing your head into the mat. But I guess that's why they're pros. I don't fucking know. Neville can't believe it, shaking his head no. Sami Zayn getting fired up here a little bit. Realizing this is as we get the replay here. Right there. Oh, God, man. Realizing this is do or die here for, of course, like you mentioned earlier, it's getting billed as Sami Zayn's career is on the line, or at least his NXT career, I would suppose. Forearm there, and Neville drops to one knee, and wrenches back with a forearm of his own, knocking Sami to the corner. Big forearms here, big elbows. Misses the roundhouse, and Sami catches him with a German. He's gonna hit one, and he's gonna hold on to that grip and hit him with a second one. He's gonna go for 3. Can you get him up?
Nope.
No, Neville's gonna. Oh! Now he's setting up the hula kick. God damn, that's the third one he missed.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, baby. Now we're cooking. Oh, DDT through the middle, the middle and bottom rope, DDT onto the floor. I don't know how the hell you even come up with that shit, man, but so creative. Rolls Neville back into the ring. Now he's going for his 4th hula kick. Hasn't hit one yet. Oh, gets it, but kind of hits the ref there with his elbow. Neville kind of pulls him in the way. Neville dies and falls out of the ring head first. Second ref bump in about 5 minutes here.
Yeah.
Where's Charles Robinson when you need him, Tom?
No kidding.
Little Nate. Robinson would never put himself in that.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Neville's grabbing the belt.
Yeah, he's getting the fuck out of here. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to try to clock Sami with it.
Yeah.
Instead he eats a little hula kick for his own good, but the ref's staring a little bit. Sami Zayn looking at the
contemplating whether to use the belt or not.
Yeah, looking at the NXT belt laying on the ground as if the crowd doing a no chance. Neville, of course, is going to sit up and kind of give himself up. Kind of bait Sami into using it there. Just kind of sitting there on his knees with his hands down, dazed and confused. Sami Zayn just about to do it. Is he going to do it?
Looking at the crowd. Crowd's telling him no.
No, he's not going to do it. He says, fuck this shit. Either way, I'm going to end up managing Nakamura in 5 years, so fuck it. And Neville, of course, runs up behind them.
Roll up of death.
Roll up. Sami Zayn kicks out of 2. There we go. Fucking suplex into the corner.
There we go.
Set up the 5th hula kick attempt. And he finally hits it.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. Right into the cover.
Yeah,
1,
that's
2,
it.
3. New NXT champion Sami Zayn. Crowd going nuts. There you go, man. No title needed. 5 hula kick attempts and 2 ref bumps, but Sami Zayn gets it done.
It's done, yeah.
New NXT champion. NXT career is safe for now. Probably should have never left Sammy, but nonetheless, there you go, NXT champ. And see what we got here is Neville won't get his ass out of the ring, even though he just lost and he's the heel. He is still going to lay in the middle of the ring. Get the fuck out of the ring, Neville. Thank you. Oh, no, he's still in the ring. That guy looked like Joey Janela there in the crowd. Did you see that fucking
Sure
guy?
did. Who knows? Maybe it could have been back then.
Oh, God. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, so now he's still got Sammy in the ring. Big moment, big moment. People going crazy. Cheering and dancing and cheering and clapping and singing and doing
Crowd's
whatever the
chanting,
fuck.
Sammy going nuts, and yeah.
Kind of taking in this moment there for Sammy as the ref walks over to him again and says, "You know what, you son of a bitch? You fucked me up twice, but there you go. You're still a champ." Now Sami's in getting really fired up, walking around the ring. Is Neville still sitting in the corner? I don't know why he won't get out of the goddamn ring. I hate when people do that, Tom.
Yeah. It's his moment. Get out of there. Unless there's going to be some kind of run-in or something.
Unless you got unless you got an angle with like a handshake or a stare down or something coming on, which may be true because we're seeing replays. So maybe they're buying time for something. This was a spot of the damn match. I still think electric chair into the Blue Thunder Bomb. Hell of a spot there, and that was really
really good sequence for a near fall. Yeah,
really kicked off everything else here as we see. This is Look how he lands on his freaking knees. Like he just aims. Say what you want about Neville, but he fucking sticks that shit perfect. Man.
Yeah, it was perfectly done.
Here we see another perfect roll up there. Almost caught Sammy looking and head-to-head bump with the.
Yeah, I think they did. That was legitimate. Yeah.
Big super kick there by Neville. It's to the reverse Hurricanrana. One of the bigger near falls, maybe the biggest near fall for Neville. A lot of them were going Sanders' way.
Yeah, there's your move. Yeah.
God. See, if I did that, like my shoulder blade would just like catch on the middle rope, and my fucking arm would just like pop out of the socket. And I'd be like stuck in between both ropes. As you see the second ref bump there. After Sammy does deliver the Halula kick, but also knocks the ref down and Neville slides out of the ring. Second near fall there for Neville with the roll up as Sammy debated on using that NXT gold. Oh, finally connects in the Halula kick and immediately into the cover, and that will be all she wrote. See, that's what I like. You didn't see 3 finishes. Neville didn't hit his finish, right? You saw one Blue Thunder Bomb, which was near fall, and you saw the one Halula kick, which was the finish. So,
room's coming out. Emptying the locker room. Kevin Owens hugging his longtime buddy, Enzo Amore.
Carmella. Ty Dillinger. I don't know who that fucking goof is with the spiked hair.
Charlotte, Sin Cara. Dana Brooke. Not sure who the other gal is. Bailey.
Jason Jordan back there.
It was a blast from the past.
I think this is when Kevin Owens turns on him.
Huh. Thought that was later. Later, but I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. But I thought they did that later.
Who's that fucking guy with the mohawk?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Pat Patterson.
What the fuck is Pat Patterson doing out there? Got the glitter or I don't know what the hell that is.
Confetti or something.
There's Blake and Murphy right there.
Yeah, they must have been baby faces at this point.
Man,
Tyler Breeze. Revival. Revival's out there. Yeah.
Pat Patterson going over to Neville saying, "Get the fuck out of the ring."
Is it Elias? Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
Sure is Elias. Yeah. Okay. He's left in there for a reason. Here we go.
Here we go with the big angle here.
Is this going to be a handshake or a kick in the groin or what? Oh.
There you go. Everybody's happy. Everybody makes up.
Yeah. Nice.
Neville
That was
raises
good.
his hand.
That was good.
And the commentary team there selling that they're gonna have to go to class tomorrow together at the performance center. That's just funny to think about, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this really felt like this was like a fucking indies promotion. You know, it just felt like these guys are in wrestling school and
Right.
it's only on the network. Nobody knows about it. It's in like this little Full Sail thing where 800 or 1,500 people, whatever the hell it is, and
Oh, it's way less than that. Yeah.
and then that you're right, 'cause they don't even have like a second row. It's kind of just
Yeah,
like
it's only
all
like
four
400 people or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just funny that even the commentary team is selling it as like oh well, they're gonna be walking down the hall to class tomorrow at the performance center, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
How how NXT is still thought of, just 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Nice little Titantron or whatever they got up top. Though. I didn't
Yeah.
know they had
See that?
that. Don't get a lot of shots of that.
No, they don't. Should show that more often.
Sami Zayn getting giving the
Some
fans some more photo opportunities there with the new NXT Gold. You're getting some more replays here. I wonder where that belt's at. I mean, I guess in the warehouse, I assume. I don't know.
Maybe the last person that had it has it now. I don't know.
Oh, I'm trying to think of who the hell was the last person. Was it Bobby Roode? Or was he the first one with the new title?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I feel like it was Bobby for some reason. Crowd still into it, all standing on their feet, clapping. How much those motherfuckers paid to go to the show, man. This was a
Yeah, I don't know how much.
this
How
was a
far is that?
5-star show.
Yeah, how far is that from your place?
Well, I want to say about 40 minutes, I guess, depending.
Okay.
Again, these were on.
Okay, here we go.
Thursday or Wednesday.
You're right. You're right. Here we go.
So you get the Revolution tag pop up to signify the end.
No.
Then it goes away, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn still hanging out the bottom of the ramp. Kevin Owens raises Sami Zayn's hand one more time.
You're right. You were right. Yeah. That was when he turned on him.
There he goes, whips him back, and here comes the classic footage.
Oh, man.
Oh, fucking back of the head, ringed right across the apron.
That was a nasty bump.
God, how many times have you seen that too, man? They played that video when they were in, WWE on the main roster together. They played this video.
Sure did.
I mean, this is one of the classic moments. And here comes Regal. Kevin Owens saying, "Fuck you, you suck," in WCW. Let's get out of my fucking face. And Sami Zayn is now pronounced dead, at least for the moment. And there you go, man. So Kevin Owens not just here to beat up on Juice Robinson in the opener, but here to close the show as well, and turn on his best friend Sami Zayn and start one of the feuds of the decade. And Tom, I think we're going to be talking about that coming up on one of our other podcasts. We're going to be starting on later on this week, or probably next week. We'll probably put it out. Our feuds of the decade, or superstars of the decade, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, if you look at feuds of the decade, that would definitely be on there for sure. Yeah.
And I think, man, this is one of the shows of the decade. I mean, I think anyway, from what I watched, it's just under 2 hours, an hour and 59 minutes on the network. And like I said before the show, I thought it was going to go quick. Just looking at the card of who was on it and what the matches were. And man, I wish a lot of Raw and SmackDowns went that quick. As quick as this one did, because this was a hell of a show.
Really good show. Yes, sir. So I give it a definitely thumbs up. Flowed well. Matches were good to great. Good storylines. Yeah, very well done. Really good show. It was probably one of their first takeovers as well. Not the first one, but probably second or third.
And of course, this was one on our poll last week, and we still have a few hours left on our poll for December 18th, I should say. Again, at On the Fly 101. Going to be got Nitro up there, Raw, Armageddon 05, and Roadblock 2016, which of course is Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, which we saw here tonight for the Universal title. But the poll will probably be over by the time this goes out, Tom. But right now, Raw 2000, so December 18th, the year 2000, is winning 34% out of about 65 votes, I think it was. So looks like we'll be covering that Raw. But I was hoping for an Armageddon, but it is kind of good because I didn't realize this was 2 hours. So kind of give our listeners a break and not do two back-to-back pay-per-views and stuff like that. I know our Survivor Series one last month was about 3 hours long, so that was a long-ass show. But so I'm kind of happy. Raw looks like it's gonna win. Like I said, about 18 hours left on the poll on our Twitter at OnTheFly101. All our polls are posted up there, but so it looks like we'll be covering that Raw from December 18th. But as for this week, Tom, any last touches on this NXT TakeOver Revolution, kind of the start and the foundation of NXT, as we saw there at the end with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn kicking off their historic feud?
Yeah, it was great because Kevin Owens is great at playing the a-hole heel there, and typical, something that you'd think he would do, something he's done his whole career, and yeah, it was good, really good, and the match with Sami and Neville was outstanding. It's great.
All right, well, we will catch you guys next week, and of course we're going to release our Christmas schedule, because this year I should say, our shows are always on Wednesday, so they do fall on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. But we'll figure that out. But for right now, we'll get to this one and our December 18th show. And for Tom, I'm Craig, and thank you guys for joining us. Be sure to enjoy all the wrestling this week, and we know we will.